Hey guys, Kyle here, and I'm bringing you my One Piece manga chapter 852 review. Now, the first thing to note about this chapter is Luffy's hunger, and honestly, at this point, it's his greatest weakness. Like, not many people would probably think about it, probably take notice of it too much, but honestly, like if we had doubts before about Luffy facing up against Big Mom before, this chapter just kind of proved it. Like, honestly, he is not ready like at all for Big Mom. Like, if he couldn't take her out before, he's not even going to be able to take her out now. So how I think Oda is, I want to assume doing it is that it's going to be a get in, get out, get Sanji, get out scenario, like we theorized before. So yeah, the only like there's no way I can really think of Luffy beating Big Mom without it coming across as bullshit. So, and I doubt Oda is gonna do some bullshit stuff, but he needs he needs. Hopefully, Oda does realize that the way he's writing it, Luffy isn't ready for Big Mom at all. So, yeah, it's just gonna be get in, get Sanji, get out, and then well, like we all theorized before. Now, another big thing is Sanji's emotional state. Now, I haven't talked about Sanji that much. I know, shame on me. Sorry about that, guys. But the big thing to note is that with Sanji, he's basically stuck between a rock and a hard place. He has no idea what the fuck he's gonna do. Like, he knows he still doesn't he still doesn't care two shits about his even after learning that apparently pudding is just a two-timing bitch who doesn't give two shits about him. He thought he lost his one ray of hope, but then now he's thinking like, okay, I don't give two shits about my father or my brothers, but I want to at least save you, Reijuu. And Reijuu very very nicely said, look, the Vinsmoke family is dead. There's no saving us, Sanji, but you can at least save yourself because you have a family. You have a family. You have the Straw Hats. They're your friends. They're your family, and they care about you. So escape from here with them. Which just shows that Reiju has been secretly supporting Sanji this entire time. Like we even learned that we even learned that which kind of proves that she's kind of been content with the fate of the Vinsmokes. And but we also see that she pulled some sneaking moves because apparently we learned that those cuffs that Sanji's wearing are basically aren't even explosive at all. That they're basically duds. So that provides him with one. So that provides Sanji with an opportunity to escape. Now, where does the Barate fit into all this? Well, the way I see it is that if in fact the Vinsmokes do die, I think the whole Barati being a blackmailing factor is going to be null and void. Like honestly, like for instance, even though Big Mom does also know about the Barati, I don't think that she gives two shits about it. All she's really cared about is the Vinsmoke technology, and when she has that, then there's there's really no she won't have a need for the Baratier at all actually at that point. So I think it's just so yeah I think the whole at this point beyond this point I think Barati is just going to be a null and void, null and void no a null and void thing, null and void thing that isn't even going to be a factor anymore in all this. Also through Reijuu, we get a little more through Reijuu, we get a little more of an understanding of the events of Sanji's backstory. First of all, we learn that of course Judge, being the ever lovable bastard that he is, he really didn't give two shits about his wife at all. Like he just kind of used his wife as a baby maker. That's all. That's all Sanji's. That's all Sanji's mom ever was to him was a baby maker in order to in order to make his in order to give him heirs or to carry on the Vinsmoke family legacy and in order to in order to make them super soldiers basically the way that he wanted. Of course, which of course means that he put her body through a lot of modifications in order to make Niji Yonji Niji, Yonji, Ichiji, and Reijuu the way they are. Of course, as we learn, there's also the biggest fuck you. There's also an interesting. There's those. We also learned that Sanji's mom pulled the biggest fuck you to Judge ever. Apparently, the moment she when she first went the modification, she was apparently taking drugs in order to try and suppress those modifications, which of course Judge caught on to and stopped. But the biggest fuck you about that is that apparently it did, even though it did work for 4 out of the 5 of them, apparently the drugs did in fact work on Sanji. So yeah, that also explains as to why Sanji was the only one out of them to really kind of experience to know the fact that he turned it out human. He didn't have any modifications at all. So it was all thanks to his mom that he ended up being a normal human being to begin with, which is again, like I said, the biggest fuck you that Judge probably ever received by his wife. Although as we also learn, the drugs were also the reason for why she ended up so sick. Apparently, the drugs did have after effects, which caused her after her kids were born to in fact fall ill and eventually die. So yeah, there was that, and like I said before, Sanji, when he heard this, Sanji blamed himself for that, but Reijuu just said no. Look, she was happy. She was happy that she at least saved one of her children from being turned into a monster, like Sanji's brothers and his father. So yeah, he's definitely he's definitely been motivated now in order to escape, but by Reijuu. And again, Reijuu herself, she seems content with the fate of the Vinsmoke family. So yeah, all signs right now that it's pointing towards the Vinsmoke family dying at this point. It would be, and I hope that it'd be interesting to see how Oda would handle that, to see if he can actually make us actually care about them. Like we've cared about. We've kind of been indifferent towards, I guess, Reijuu, but I think after this, people are really gonna start liking Reijuu and actually feel bad for her if she ends up dying. Like, yeah, Reijuu has been the one. Reijuu and Sanji are the only two Vinsmokes I think we've ever come to really like throughout the entire Vinsmoke family, or this entire arc in general, honestly. Um, Also, we also get a little bit with Commander Smoothie as to how they're trying to corner. So we're going to try and corner all the Straw Hats now. The only Straw Hat in question, I think, that comes to mind would be Brook. Now, the thing about it is, like, Big Mom's powers aren't clear as to how it affects Brook, but we definitely know that from the way it was explained, we know that Smoothie's powers are basically probably more than likely going to be ineffective against Brook. So because he's all bones, so that just but because Big Mom is still the factor in this, it's going to be interesting to see how Brook is going to get a if it is Brook they're cornering, then it's going to be interesting to see how Brook is going to get out of this tight spot he's in, because yeah, this was just an insane. This was it's really hitting, like, shit's really hitting the fan on Brook's end, I think. But yeah, guys, that's my that's my review of chapter 852. A great chapter. Not a whole lot of progression, I guess, but it was still a great chapter in order to learn a lot more about what's going on. And yeah, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.